Welcome to my virtual auditorium, and I'm here this morning to deliver my keynote on the digitalization in the energy industry. I'm only kidding. I'm here to show you the latest version of Spaces. The team released it last night. This is beta version 0.25, and they've created an entire auditorium setup where you can deliver your keynote. Now, I'll show you what I'm seeing in a few minutes. I'll turn around the camera. But I'm here, I'm going to deliver my presentation. I go forward with the slides. I will talk about innovation is not just digitalization. We'll talk about digital. We'll talk about chemical, materials, mechanical. You get the idea. You can you can interact with your presentation. And for someone like me that needs to move around and use the hands, whatever, this is very cool. Now, some of the features that they've built in. If you're delivering a presentation on a big stage, well, then you'll have a layout. You'll have some monitors that you can see what people are seeing. You can see your next slides. So you get all these screens. So this is what you're seeing. So I can have this on my podium. So I can see if I'm behind the podium or if I'm off to the side or whatever. So you can actually choreograph the whole thing. Got a whiteboard over here in the corner that I can go over and use. You've got the screens on the side. This is very well done. You can move around the camera. So let me just jump out here and I've got the camera. Now, hey, they've got the whole social distancing down as well. Face mask and all, right? Hey, how cool. If I turn the camera around, this is what you would see. I am in a virtual auditorium. So let me just go back here behind the podium. So I'm behind the podium. So if I'm standing here, this is what I actually see in my headset. I see my slides out there. That's how I would move them forward. But this is what I see in the auditorium. Now, here's a feature. Like any presentation, there are some slides that show up very well in a large keynote environment. And sometimes there are slides that don't show up so well. I've used this slide around energy storage from EASE, the European Energy Storage Association, at various keynotes. And to be quite honest, it is quite hard to read some of the lettering. Now, this is in 1080p, but that's not the application's fault. That's just the slide. So you need to be conscious of creating slides that are easily legible. And that goes for keynotes in the real world. So it's no different here. Now, supposing you have a slide and you really do want to get into the gory details on the slide, check this out. I'm here with the board, and I really do want to talk to you about classic batteries and what's going on with lead acid batteries in the world today. And I want to talk about some flow batteries, which is some very clever technology. Whoops. And let's not forget supercapacitors. You have a range of pens, and I can wipe out stuff because I didn't draw that very well. You get the idea. So if you have detailed slides, you can plan how you would present using the different features to get your message across. And that's the exact same as in the real world, right? Whether you're doing a keynote, whether you're doing a workshop, you just need to plan out how you tell the story. Now, as good as your presentation is, supposing you think one of the folks in the front row is not paying attention, well, you can always try and get their attention. Hey, watching you. Remember I said you can change the camera position. Well, right now the camera is up at the back of the auditorium. So you get a whole different perspective. And check this out. If I wander around the stage, because that's what I do in the real world, the spotlight follows me. That's pretty cool. I wonder where the lighting guy is.